Today we're going to be checking out the AEA Gen 2 Challenger Pro and 30 caliber. And this was sent over here from Mike at Backyard Airguns. Backyard Airguns is a great place to shop. Mike's an awesome dude. You may have seen him on his channel, Backyard Airguns. But he's got a great little store, great customer service, and he's ready to go with whatever you need. The Challenger Pro is definitely one of the best platforms out there. It's got full adjustability, tons of power, tons of accuracy. So today we're going to put this new Gen 2 30 caliber through its paces and annihilate some unlucky targets as well as bullseye. And looks like he included a super badass rail. This is going to be awesome. As well, we're ready to go with a moderator. We got the good old stock. Looks like we got a Donnie FL Yokozuna. That's what it is. I got the two-tone version, but it looks like these come in black now, which is fully legit. So we'll see if this is going to tame the bark of this 30 cal. I'm going to give you a close-up look at the Challenger Pro and all its features, but first, let's do some shooting. Alright, I went ahead and used ballistol and a patch worm to run some patches, and it's a good thing I did because that sucker was dirty. You want to clean that junk out before you start shooting it. Ballistol is safe for airgun seals, and you never want to use a metal cleaning rod on an air rifle. As well, any of you who are new to PCP, you always want to store your PCP gun full of air. So mine arrived with the pressure gauge pegged at 300 bar. And it looks like the regulator on my 30 caliber is set at about 160 bar. Using the AEA 50.5 grain pellets, I went ahead and set up at a very special 34 yards away. We'll call it 35. There's my regulator pressure. And this is how the gun arrived to me with the pressure pegged at 4,500 PSI. Oh, smack the crap out of that guy. Darn it. Well, that just tells me everything I need to know. Let's just turn this down. Okay, right there is my hammer spring tension. So it's basically right in the middle. Let's take it down. See what happens. We're going 1,020 feet per second. We want to be going about 920 feet per second. So when I open the stock and I look in the back right here, it says plus and minus. So that's pretty easy. One thing is you don't want to adjust your hammer spring tension when the rifle is cocked. Never adjust your hammer spring tension when the rifle is cocked. Oh, this is awesome. So it has little clicks. Click, click. It has detent. So I just went 4 clicks. Let's see what that does. Yeah, we got a little bit shaved off. And I'm going to go down 8 clicks. So guys, we're 12 clicks down from basically the center position. Cock that sucker, putting in a 50 grain. The first 4 clicks down on my hammer spring gave me a 15 reduction in FPS, but when I did 8 more clicks, I got only a 2 FPS reduction. So that means that adjusting my hammer spring after 4 clicks no longer had an effect on my velocity, and that's when it tells you it's time to adjust your regulator pressure. Before I did that though, I'm going to go 8 more clicks back up to where I'm just 4 clicks down to where my hammer spring was having an effect on my velocity. And then in order to lower the regulator pressure, you need to bleed all the air out of the gun. So you want to take your pressure gauge, not your regulator gauge, and just gently turn it counterclockwise until the air starts to escape. When you're putting it back, just, there it is, boy. Tighten it down to where it was. You don't want to over tighten it. You just have to snug it up in order for it to hold air. So I lowered my regulator all the way down and then backed it off a little bit. And that got me right here. And then with pressure in the gun, I turned my regulator screw counterclockwise until I was right about 100 bar. And I was able to achieve top speed on 45 grain pellets at just 100 bar. And that's what the FX30s used to always be tuned at. And here's my result. This used to be a bullseye like that, and the first shot went through the center of it, and then I shot 2 more, and that was the only 3 that I've tried with this pellet so far. Unfortunately, I only have about 20 of these pellets left, but let's go ahead and do it on camera. All right, here's some JSB. There's the pellet for this gun. 44.75 grain. By the way, this is the AEA Challenger Pro 24-inch Gen 2. It's brand new. It comes in 30 caliber and 357. It weighs 8.9 pounds. Side lever. The magazine's going to hold 9 shots in 30 caliber, 8 shots in 357. It has a 350cc air tube. It operates at a full 300 bar or 4,500 psi. And the 357 is going to shoot an 80 grain at 1,050 feet per second, with the 30 cal shooting a 50 grain at 1,100 feet per second. And it's got a Picatinny rail, folding stock, adjustable cheek piece, and obviously the hammer spring and regulator are also adjustable. So we're going to get to the target annihilation, but real quick, let's take a look at backyardairguns.com. Up here we got sort of a double rail thing going on. Much rail as you'd ever need. As well, the charging handle is ambidextrous, so if you want to be a left-handed shooter, go ahead. This stuff's all metal too, so that is your push button for your stock. Of course, it goes out a lot farther than that. You could put your thinger up and down. There again is your monopod, locks into place. There again, there's the other side of your ambidextrous safety. This right here is your restrictor port. So when you get your regulator pressure and your hammer spring really good, you have a very low standard deviation, you can use this to fine tune just a few FPS if you're not exactly where you need to be. Oh yeah, one last thing, you gotta check out this charging handle. Look at that. AEAs are the bomb, you guys. Oh yeah, I gotta put my camera down for that, but it looks like it's got a magnet right here too that's gonna hold your charging handle from falling open. There you go. I went ahead and tightened that up. But yeah, it's got a little magnet to keep your charging handle from falling open when you're tipping your gun as well. And let's not forget the 1/2 UNF. So we can put our Yokozuna on there. Or any moderator of your choice. Mike over there at Backyard Airguns, he is a real air gunner. So I didn't even know who he was at the time, but I saw him at the Pyramid Air Cup. He goes to the different competitions and shoots. And he told me when he retired that he was going to do full-time air guns. So I didn't know he was actually going to sell them too. He's got a great selection of AEAs, some sweet Bentacks. He's got the T9, a T50 50 caliber 7-inch pistol. As well, he carries the entire Donnie FL line. So if you need to get a great cami, he's got them. I think he has a better selection of Donnie FL moderators than Donnie FL has. He sells the One Leaf NV500 and all the accessories, so that's probably the most badass daytime or nighttime digital scope you can get. And there will be a link in the description. Cruise over there and take a look at all the cool stuff he's got. He's really built out a nice website, and I know he's going to provide great customer service. He knows his stuff. He actually shoots all these guns that he sells, and there will be a link to his channel as well if you don't know who I'm talking about. Backyard Airguns. He started his YouTube channel before he started selling air guns, so. Next AEA, definitely grab it from Backyard Airguns.
Oh! Booyah! Alright.
Alright, I have my 45 grain AEAs going about 900 feet per second. I tried all my 45 grain ammo and they all pretty much shot the same. The JSBs were very good. But the possibilities are really endless with what you can shoot out of the Challenger Pro. It has so much power you could easily try different slugs and find one that shot really good. Dang, I'll take it. So this tune that you're looking at right here is just under 100 bars. So let's say 95 bar on the regulator. And my hammer spring tension is only a third of the way up. So let's say 2 notches down from halfway. So I'm definitely using the least amount of air. Boy, if you don't think about it, this thing is a tack driver. I'm better with it if I shoot it fast. Yeah, nice. So I shot that basically as fast as I could go. A lot of fun. This right here is 48 yards away using the same 45 grain ammo. All right, that's a fake Santa Claus because we all know Santa Claus is African American. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No way. Mike likes to tune for the heavier ammo and the slugs. I believe one of the first Challenger Pros that came out, he discovered Zon 9mm slugs were shooting awesome, and I used them in my video and got great groups as well. Here's a group that he shot with the same gun at 50 yards with a 50.5 grain AEA ammo, and then apparently there's some 66 grain AEA pellets in 30 caliber, and here's a group that he shot with those at 100 yards. All right, everybody, that's it for me on this one. I appreciate you tuning in. Until next week, happy shooting.